Okay, so making romantic vibes can be a little bit complicated if you don't know what instruments or what tempo to play or what chords to even play. But luckily you came to the right video. Hi, my name is Rnb Beats, and if you're new to the channel, what we do in this channel is we love to cook up, make beats, make melodies, everything, but at the same time learn a little bit of music theory, teaching the chord progressions, the chords, the fingering, all that good stuff. So if you're into that, go ahead and hit the like button already before we even get into it. All right, so starting some romantic vibes, you want to really slow things down. Very different from the modern R&B beats, but still we're going to use some modern drums, of course, but it's very different because we want to slow things down a lot. We're going to put the BPM at 85 or even 86, and we're going to look for some more natural sounding sounds, something more like a Rhodes, a piano, some pads, some bells and stuff like that, even a lead sound, a vocal chop, and things of that nature. So right now I found this nice piano sound, and it's called LA Custom Lush, and it's inside Keyscape, and it sounds like this. Very nice, bright, lush sound, and we're going to manipulate it a little bit. What I'm going to try to do first is just play two basic chords, and the reason why I want to leave this as basic as possible is because we want to leave room for maybe a vocal chop or some other instruments we're going to add later. So the BPM, like I said, is at 86, and we're going to play this very slow. Here we go. Keep that momentum. That was almost perfect, actually. Just bring these MIDI notes up to the grid, and I don't want to quantize this because I love grace notes, and the grace notes is what flickers away like this. Sounds way more natural than more robotic if you just like that. Okay, that sounds better. Very lush chords. And now let's just try to mess with the velocity a little bit here. There's some chords that are really high pitched around here. And bring these down a little bit. These that are so up there, just a little tiny bit more. This one is up here a little too high. I think we should be good with that. I have very strong fingers. Every time I play, I feel like it just sounds so loud, but it's probably not that loud. Okay, let's go over the chord progression that I'm playing here. I kept it as simple as possible. We're playing the key of C, and we're starting an F major like this. This is an F major 7 chord, and then we're just gonna go to E minor 7. Super easy. And I add this 9th right here. Oops. I mean, what I meant to say is you can add the 9th right here, the F major. And you just want to go with the E minor 7. If you add the 9th, it's gonna sound kind of funny. It's like a whole nother chord. So just keep it simple. You got the 9th here, or not. You could just do 7th. And then just go to E minor 7. And you could even go down to a D minor 7. Like that, if you really wanted to. And bring it back. But I want to keep it simple with just 2 chords for this one and just go with F and E. So yeah, those are the 2 chords for the day. And if you enjoy the chords, like I said before, hit the like button. It really helps the YouTube algorithm so more people can find these videos. Okay, so now let's EQ this a little bit. That low end is hitting a little bit harsh, and then let's lower some of this midsection here, and then also the high end is a little bit up there. Now it's a little bit more subtle, and I do want to dirty it up a little bit, so let's go with the micro phaser and let's see if we can warp the sound a little bit. Oof, yes. Let's put the rate up. Intensity, not so much. You hear that like just warpness and phasing in the back? It makes the sound way more compressed and subtle. For me, honestly, for this to be a stock plugin, it's awesome. For my second instrument that I'm going to use is this nice pad sound. It's inside Analog Lab 5, and it's called Venus Rising. It's a strings pad. It's from the Solid Tracks, and it sounds pretty nice. It sounds like this. It's very like flamboyant, you can say. Is that the right word for it? That's probably not even the right word. I think I'm trying to use like a word like it's very extravagant, like it's just up there. It just sounds very lush, but I don't want too much going on, so let's try to remove some of the time here, maybe like 43. Sounds a lot better. But let's try to record this in. We'll probably reduce the time a little bit more, and then we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna play the exact same chords here, except I'm not gonna sustain the chords so much. I'm just gonna slightly tap them just and see if it sounds better or worse like that. You know what? I might just hold the chords because it seems like there's like a slight pad in the back afterwards. Nice. Let's do that. Let's see if we can quantize this. This doesn't sound that great. Remove this one. Kind of liked it better when it wasn't quantized. Just leave it like that. Remove some of the time again. Let's do a little phaser. And a little bit of distortion here. And put some reverb. A lot of reverb. Sounds good. I don't think we need to EQ too much. Just remove some of this low end. Leave some room for the sub. Maybe a little bit of the midsection, and that should do it. Because I kind of like this sound. I want it to be out there a little bit. So far, so good. So the third thing that I'm gonna add to this nice sounding sound, also inside Analog Lab, and it's in the lead section. It's called Shooting Stars, and it sounds like this. Pretty beautiful sounding sound. Let's go ahead and see if we can record something nice with this. I'm gonna try to record something really subtle and EQ it to the point where it's not noticeable too much. Let's go ahead and record this in. Let's go. I think something like that sounds a little better. Let's just quantize this. And then goes back to that C note. And then the only reason I'm gonna EQ this like crazy, you just barely hear those high frequencies. I want this to be really subtly in the background. Like that, even less. But you could hear those high frequencies still, so that makes it good. And altogether, it does sound pretty good. So the fourth thing that I'm gonna add is this nice vocal loop right here. It sounds like this.
Oh, I can't let you go, can't let you go.
I do have another vocal chop that I did want to add, but I'm not sure if I'm going to add it yet. I don't know if it's going to go along with this one, but we're going to go ahead and record this first vocal loop in there. Let's go. Okay, so that fits in perfectly. And I think the second time around, I don't know if I want to do like with all, it sounds more full here.
Can't let you go, can't let you go.
That sounds so soulful, bro. Like, let's go. Let's try to record this one in the second time around. Ooh, it fits perfectly, actually. Let's quantize this. I started a little bit late. And these vocal loops, all the vocal loops I get are from Kavi, a producer named Kavi. I'm not sponsored by him. I don't have an affiliate link or nothing like that. Just go follow him on Instagram, KXVI. He's just a producer that's been getting tons and tons of placements this year. You know, I love to use his stuff. Yeah, so that's just a free shout out, honestly. For all those that been asking, where do you get your loops from, bro? Like, definitely has some high quality stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and manipulate these vocal sample a little bit. I do want it to be a little bit not too out there. It sounds very dry right now. I want to do a micro phaser on this one as well. The reason I'm doing micro phaser on this one too is because I want everything to kind of blend in together. It just glues everything a little bit better to the mix, and it sounds like it's warped. It's all like watery effect and stuff like that. So I kind of just want to make everything sound more put together. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna add a second EQ and bring a little bit of this high end up, a little bit, tiny bit. Now let's go ahead and go with the Valhalla vintage verb. And I'm gonna go with the dirty hall option. And the last thing I'm gonna add is an RC20. Let's add some noise reduction. Let's reduce it a little bit. Let's leave the wobble on this time and distort a little bit. And yeah, the magnetic field sounds good. There's some other options here too that you can use. The vinyl 2 is not my favorite, to be honest, but let's try to use this. And then we're gonna pan this a little bit to the right. And then bring this down a little bit more even. And the reason we can still hear some of the high end is because of that second EQ. When we remove it, it takes off a lot of the high end. And let's add some more reverb. That vocal chop almost fits perfectly to what the melody was playing, and that was honestly by accident. All right, now let's go ahead and add some drums. But if you've been enjoying this video so far, don't forget again to hit the like button and comment down below, hey man, I've been enjoying this so far, or not. You don't have to do that, forget that part. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and start with like a snap. This one a little bit, it's a little bit obnoxious, I'm not gonna lie, but it's just gonna be every 2 bars. That one sounds good. Let's add a little bit of reverb. It is a little bit dry, to be honest. Just like 2%. Maybe 3. There we go. And we're gonna do some of these frequencies. The meter is lagging a little bit here. Just gives it some more swing, to be honest. And I'm gonna go ahead and look for some hi-hats now. Kind of like, I like these billboard hi-hats. And these hi-hats are just gonna be playing literally, let's go with 8 bars because they're just gonna play all the way through, to be honest, just like this. But I'm gonna look for some better ones. These a little bit more subtle. These are like reversed. We kind of like that. Change the velocity up a little bit. Not too much, but just a little bit. Kind of like the hats. I don't know if I'm just overdoing it with that. Let's try this one. These sound nice. There you go. Just bring this down a little bit. I feel like we could do a roll somewhere in here. Might have to split this one right here just so it can be only on this side. 4. That's perfect right there. Just one roll right there. Doesn't have to be in both of these 4 bars. So just let's keep it like that. My hats are hitting kind of nice. And now let's try to find a nice kick. I like this beautiful kick. It's usually one of my go-tos. And I'm gonna just go ahead and maybe use the step sequencer for this. Just boom, boom. Right here, boom. Kinda just want this to be different right here. Yeah. Second time around, change the kicks up a bit. All right, cool. Then we got the kick going. Now let's go ahead and look for an open hat. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with this one first. I want to hit it every 3rd bar, every 3rd time it hits. Hey, right there. So let's record that in. There we go. Just bring this out. I'm just gonna go ahead and lower it down. Yeah, there we go. And then I want to bring another hi-hat. This sounds pretty cool. It's a little obnoxious. Maybe this one. Let's try to use this one. I want to do something different right here between this hat and this one. And I'm gonna add some delay here for this hat. Maybe not necessary, but ooh, that sounds nice. And then this one sounds nice and subtle to play it every other time. We're gonna have 3 open hats. This is wild. Let's go. Just to have always something right before the snare hits. Super important. Hey, and it's just already so subtle with low volume. Feel the romantic vibes, just set the mood. Now the hard part is gonna be finding a nice bass, honestly. Maybe this one could be the one. We'll see right now. I kind of like this slick sub right here. Just sounds very full, nice and fat. So let's just try to record this in. Or actually, let's use the outside bass instead. I think this one worked out too. Let's try to record this in. EQ this a little bit, quantize. Very simple, very, very simple. We don't want to go crazy with these type of beats with the 808s or so. We just got to keep it very smooth, nice and subtle. Not too many percussion instruments, although we could add a little percussion here and there, but I'll see where I go with it. Anyways, let's rearrange this beat a little bit and let's EQ it, mix it up, and let's hear the final result in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Bless those keys to RMC.
right, and if you're at the deep end of this video, I just want to announce that my drum kit that I'm putting out is almost ready. So hopefully by the time you see the next video, I will be releasing that. It's not going to be free. I am going to have to charge something for it because I've been trying to put it together, trying to put the best sounds that I know, all the sounds that I've used over the years, EQing, tweaking, making new sounds, all this stuff. It's going to be very affordable, so don't worry about that. But I'm just very excited to bring it out, and hopefully you guys can use it to your advantage for sure. Anyways, guys, if you like this beat, if you like how it turned out, if you like the smooth, just like nice romantic vibes, give this video a thumbs up, comment down below deep end if you're at the deep end of this video. Until next time, stay blessed, God bless, and stay positive. Peace.